I'm
Yeah.
also the gym is another place.
Mm,
I
mm-hmm.
can't I don't cry at the gym because people would be like, "Okay, you don't have to lift that heavy if you're gonna,
Right. Like
like,
maybe
sob
take it
about
down a
it."
notch.
But it is, like, it's me time. I'm by myself. Like, I will be friendly and I will talk to people if they talk to me, but I'm not gonna make a point to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I have my headphones in and, like, you know me, like, I lift really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like, it allows me to feel really strong in my physical body, and I think that that helps with the emotions. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I mean, it's also just an aggression thing too, like, you
Yeah.
get that anger or aggression that you're feeling out of your system, and then, of course,
Mm-hmm.
at the end, you're, like, full of endorphins and you feel fucking amazing,
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah.
the gym's another place.
Yeah. Can I say something embarrassing?
Yeah? Is
You
it
were talking
embarrassing for
about
you or for me?
for me. And
Okay,
it's me. I'm not going to embarrass you, but I'll
okay.
embarrass myself. When you were talking about like I wouldn't cry at the gym. I'm like I probably would. Like I'm that bitch. Like I definitely have cried while exercising. And for
Mhm,
me, it feels like when you're talking about like a kind of release, at the end of like the endorphins and feeling really good, I will sort of have like a emotional release sometimes while I'm doing workouts. Before the pandemic, I used to go to a studio. I went to a bar studio that did
mhm.
cardio kickboxing, strength training, yoga, like a whole mix of things. And definitely, I remember some kickboxing classes where I was just dealing with some stuff as you do, and I would just be there like punching and kicking, and I would just feel myself wanting to cry. And I would hold it in because I'm like, I do not want to embarrass myself at bar class. But
Just on our podcast, out in
uh-huh.
the public,
Yeah,
whatever.
now I'm admitting it publicly. But it definitely has happened. So I would not be surprised if I was the type of person to go to the gym, and end up just crying. And I'll do it sometimes, like if I'm going for a walk on the treadmill downstairs. I will just start crying because there's just something about moving my body that kind of releases, I think, a lot of the emotional stuff.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah,
I
so that's
just realized, so I do need to take back what I said. I have cried at the gym, but it is in yoga. So when I'm,
yes.
like, working out and, like, lifting weights, that is,
Hmm.
like, a different set of emotions for me, and so
Mm-hmm.
I am releasing, like, frustration and anger and aggression and
Hmm.
that kinda stuff, but when I do yoga, that is a different set of emotions, and so
Hmm.
I have cried during yoga, especially because, like, there's certain poses you do that, like, they say opening your heart chakra or
Hmm.
whatever, like, I don't know, but, like, the ones that, like, stretch your chest and,
Yeah.
like, your or the back bends or things like that, like, I don't know what it is about those movements, but it
Hmm.
it is very emotional. So I have
Yeah.
cried for that. Like after I've done a back bend for a while and then like I come up and they put us in child's pose and I'm just like
Hmm.
sobbing on my
Yeah.
mat because it's like, yeah. So I realized I
Okay.
lied.
Okay.
I have, but it's like very different sets of emotions for me.
Yeah.
I'm realizing.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that makes me feel a little better because, yeah, and yoga is definitely one that gets me every time. Like,
Yeah.
I do yoga with Adrian, shout out to Adrian and
We love you,
Benji.
Adrian. You're the
Oh,
bestest.
it's the best. I would definitely cry at like all the time at hers. Partly, I think it's the combination of some of the poses, like you're saying, like some of them kind of open areas,
Hmm.
like hip openers and like chest openers. Like I feel like
Hmm.
those are often ones that kind of get you.
Hmm.
But also, it's just something about the fact that she's just telling you the whole time that you're doing great and just like constantly affirming you. And that's the stuff that makes me cry.
Yeah.
It's like you
Yeah.
can call me a piece of shit all day and I'm like, whatever. But if you're like, I'm proud of you, sweetie, I'm just bawling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
gets
that
me.
makes sense, and I think that's part of it, like, when I am working out, like I said, I'm by myself, it's, like, me time, and so,
Mhm.
even though I probably should be telling myself, "Man, you're doing so good," that's not what I'm saying to
Yeah.
myself. So,
Yeah. Maybe
yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah.